this is a new lesson actually to geometry. So remember when they changed the standards 2 years ago? This is something that was added into the standards, and it's new to the curriculum. What it means, I know, here's the definition: the average of the set of values where the values have different levels of importance. That may only mean so much, so let me draw you a picture. So let's say we have a number line, and you have point A here at -5, and point B here at, let's say, 2. If I just had a dot on there and I asked you to find the average, you'd be trying to find the middle of those two numbers, so the average would fall like in the middle. But what if each of these points had different weights? So let's say this had a weight of 4, and this had a weight of 1 or 2, and then you were asked to find the average there. Well, then the average would be closer to A because it has a greater weight, and what we're going to be doing with our calculations is finding exactly where that balance point is. So that's the concept. Now here is where it shows you a formula. We will be using the formula, but memorizing the formula isn't always helpful, so I'll just show you how to use it down in the example. So find the sum of the values multiplied by their weight, then divide by the sum of their weights, and that's what we're going to be doing. So in this first example here, try to get it centered, it says find the coordinates of P. So coordinates of P is going to be that average, represent the weighted average of each set of points on the given number line with the provided conditions. So point B weighs 3 times as much as A. So here we see A and B. B is 3 times as much as A, so then A would be 1 time, like that. Okay, and then A has a value of -4, and B is 3 right here. So how we're going to do this is 1 times -4, that's the weight of A, plus 3 times 5 for B. And then we're going to divide by the sum of the weights. So in this case, it'll be 1 plus 3 equals 4. And so I'm going to take this over to the side. So it'll be 1 times -4 plus 3 times 5 over 4. And then we will use order of operations to solve this. So -4 plus 15 over 4, 11 over 4, and here's where the calculator comes in. It will almost never be like just a whole number, so I'm just going to do 11 divided by 4 in the calculator. I get 2.75. So 2.75 is the answer. Try not to have it go into the other part here. Okay, next. Okay, so next one, same idea. This time there are 3 points. It says point C has a weight of 2, so 2, I'm just going to make a note, 2 times. D has a weight of 4, so that'll be 4 times. And E has a weight of 3, so that'll be 3 times. Or you could visualize it as 2 blocks, 4 blocks, and 3 blocks, however your brain kind of works. So, once we have it set up, we can plug it into the equation, so it'll be 2 times, in this case, -5 plus 4 times 1 plus 3 times 4 over the sum of the weights, which is 2 plus 4 plus 3. Okay, then follow order of operations to solve. that would be 0.6 repeating, or 0.67, however you want to represent that answer. Usually it's multiple choice, so you're just choosing whatever format they put the answer in. Some people are still writing. Okay, so now we're going to practice it again. Right here, find the weighted average if the weight of point M is 6, so 6 times, and the weight of O is 4, so 4 times this. And then we'll put it into the equation. Okay. Ready for the next one? Okay, so the next one is a little bit different. They gave us point N here, and they gave us that the weighted average is negative 1.75. They want to find the weight of, or they want to find the, like, where point Q is on the number line. So here, if the weighted average of point N and Q is negative 1.75, so it equals negative 1.75. And we're just going to set it up in the equation and then solve it backwards. If the weight of point N is 7 times, so this would be 7 times the weight of Q, so Q would then be 1 times. Find point Q. Okay, so in the equation, it would be 7 times, in this case, negative 3 plus 1 times Q, 1 times Q, over 7 plus 1. And now that we have it set up, we're just going to solve it for Q. So start at negative 21 here, plus 1 times Q is just going to be Q, so I'm just going to leave it as Q, over 8. And then multiply both sides by 8 to get rid of that denominator. So that comes out to negative 14. So Q equals 7. Okay, are you ready for the next side? Okay, on the next side, it is the same idea. The only difference is now we have coordinates. So let's say we have a coordinate plane, and then you have a point maybe right here, and same idea where you have this line segment, but let's say that this point has a weight of 3 and this one has a weight of 1. You're trying to find the weighted point, or the average, so it would be kind of closer over here, and that's what we're doing. The process is very much the same. Whoa. Okay, so Find the coordinates of P that represent the weighted average of each set of points on the coordinate plane with the provided conditions. Given coordinates E is here and F there. Point E weighs 4, so it'll be 4 times those coordinates, and F weighs 2. And so what we're going to do is find the weights of the x's and the y's separately. So this would be xy, right? And then this would be xy. So over here we're going to find the average of the x's and then the weighted average of the y over here. So over here we're going to use that same equation that we've been using. So it'll be 4 times 7. So I just did 4 times this x value plus 2 times negative 9. And then you divide by 4 plus 2. We'll solve that in a second, but while my brain's in the process of setting things up, I'm just going to go with it and set up the y as well. So now, same thing with the y. 4 times 3 plus 2 times 6 over 4 plus 2. And then using order of operations, we'll solve. And then over here, and so these two answers are now your x and y coordinates, 1.67 and 4. And then that is the answer. And then number 5, same idea. This time they gave us 3 different points. So point B weighs 2 times as much as point A, so this would be 2 times, and A would then be 1 time. Point C weighs 3 times as much as A, so 3 times. And just like before, we'll have our x and our y set up. And then I'm going to set up the equation. So 1 times negative 4 plus 2 times negative 2 plus 3 times 2 over 1 plus 2 plus 3. Then for the y, same thing, 1 times negative 4 plus 2 times negative 1 plus 3 times 5. Answer negative 0.3, 1.5. Okay, and for the sake of our brains, we're gonna actually stop there. 6, you could either use it as workspace for your homework problems or cross it out, whatever kind of works for you. As far as the homework goes, honestly, most of the problems will be like this on this side, and you might have 1 or 2 that are like this on this side. The homework is on Schoology, so you'll use a laptop to get started with that. Please ask questions. Wait, here? Okay. Please ask questions if you need help with like the setup or anything. If you finish the homework, then jump onto Alex and get this week's Weekly Alex started. And yeah, any questions? Okay, you can get a laptop, get started. I'll enable the homework. If you need to take the test, jump on and do that. Oh, and I need to end my recording.